35192 if you want to get a text in for anything. And I'm going to have Chris DeStefano is what you said? Chris DeStefano tickets for you.
It's not that hard.
Well, you're going to jam me up because I thought it was DeStefano.
You made that up in your own head, though.
I mean, I think that that would be how it would be pronounced if you were Italian, is DeStefano, of Stefan, of that family, right?
He's hot.
DeStefano. Okay. DeStefano. Well, he's going to play the Agora in March of next year. So if you want to see him, don't mind waiting. And then I'll have Alter Ego trips for you all week. Around 5:30, there'll be a keyword, a last-ditch effort for you to get to L.A. mid-January for our show out there. They got Kings of Leon, and they got... who else do they have? Weezer? Is Weezer on Alter Ego?
Probably.
They're on all of them,
I'm
right?
going to guess Coldplay, Miley Cyrus.
I think we were talking about the Kurt Russell 10-year contract with Disney. I think we have one of those with Coldplay. Coldplay, 21 Pilots, Imagine Dragons, Kings of Leon, Willow, Will Smith's kid, All Time Low, and a band called Måneskin from Finland or something, I think. Anyway, it is sold out, and so we will have trips for you all week around 5:30. If you want to get yourself to Los Angeles in January, and who wouldn't want to do that?
Guess who's getting themselves to Los Angeles in January?
Who?
Coldplay.
Me.
Oh,
Me.
What's happening in January?
My first time ever going to LA. Well, I'll be playing San Diego with Dan Cummins, and then we're going to do 2 nights in San Diego and then 2 nights in LA. And I was like, man, I've never been, so I think I'm going to plan try to reach out to people that I know out there and spend a couple extra days. And who knows, maybe I come back a big Hollywood star.
When is this?
January, the weekend with Dan is January 20th to the 23rd.
Takes most people 3 days, sorry.
To do what?
To become a big Hollywood star.
No, I'm going to go for extra days. I'm going to go for extra days.
Then you're in. You're good. You're good to go.
Dude, I'm such a dreamer and such a crazy person that I'm like, maybe someone will see me eating at a cafe and be like, you're the one, kid.
Wait, so they're not going to see you doing stand-up what you're great at. They're going to see you eating at a cafe and be like, I got to put you in pictures.
It's going to be both. I'm going to get a Netflix special when they see me at the Comedy Store, which is where we're going, which I'm so excited about. So we're going to the Comedy Store, and that's where they're going to be like, hey, you get a Netflix special. But then I'm going to walk across the street and get a croissant, and they're going to be like, you got the look, kid. And then I'm going to be a big movie picture star. What do you think? You don't look like that.
No, listen, that's how it worked out for me when I lived out there. So, God bless you. I think it'll work out perfectly.
I was just walking the campus of Akron, and they were shooting a commercial, and they're like, hey, you come here. I'm like, me?
Oh, good for
Wind
you.
blowing in my hair. I'm like,
when was this? You don't have any hair. When was this happening?
This was when I went to school there, probably
when you were at school.
Like 2014, 2015, and they put me in their commercial. I was just walking by, my cute little Hollister outfit. I was getting ready to go to work.
What was the commercial for?
For the Akron, for the university.
So
Come to school here.
So they were shooting a commercial and just figured we'll put people in it who are walking by?
Cute people. I'm sure they had people lined up, but they just couldn't resist me. I was just strutting my stuff.
This is a story that he tells at cocktail parties.
I had my little bag. I was working it. I'm like, I'm about to go to work. Whatever. I don't even want to go to this shift anyway.
So somebody that they had hired bailed. You're walking.
No, that's not true.
Then why would they just grab someone walking by?
I don't know.
I can only assume. We've all been on professional shoots before. You've got people that are booked to do the shoot.
I was cute.
Nevertheless.
And I'm racially ambiguous?
Oh, that's a big one.
There's nothing ambiguous about you whatsoever. Nothing about you is ambiguous.
They gave me lines.
Racially, sexually, nothing.
Well, if he's not talking, if you just see him walking, you're like, that could be a black guy, that could be a Hispanic guy.
That's exactly what happened, though.
They're like, we just need diversity in here.
We just need somebody who's the color of a latte to be in this commercial.
They gave me lines, and I was like reading lines. I was like,
which he's great at.
Okay, but I was working it. I'm like, ooh, I set these lines on fire. Like, I'm like, I can't wait to see what it's going to be. And then I waited like a couple of months for the commercial to come out. They just got a picture of me like smiling, and they cut
all his lines.
I'm like,
after they heard you do a couple of lines, they're like, guys, we can't use this.
I was leaving the radio station, but I was like, it was like 5 seconds. It wasn't even like a second. I look up like, And it's like, cut. I'm like, no! All those lines I rehearsed like 5 minutes before.
Rehearsed? You were walking by and they I'm confused by this whole story.
He said rehearsed 5 minutes before.
Because they had people already shooting the commercial. Like, they had people designated to shoot this commercial. Confiscated. And then I was walking past and like, you there. I'm like, me? Hey!
Yeah, they're just grabbing people for testimonials
and so then they were like, here's your release.
Oh, I see. Okay, form. Well, that explains a little bit more of right.
And I sat there for a minute. And like, you ready? I'm like, yeah, I got this. Let me do it. And I'm just like,
I got this.
Like,
imagine him doing it like Jack Donaghy on 30 Rock.
Where do I put my hands?
He's holding 2 coffee cups. I love the University of Akron.
I don't know where to put my hands. Right.
I was sitting like they're like, okay, you don't sit like that. I'm like, okay. They're like, don't cross your arms. I'm like, okay. They're like, don't slouch. I'm like, all right. Well, what do you want me to do? And then I turned out all they wanted me to do was look and smile. That's all they had to say. They didn't have to ask me to just say lines. Hold on. I had to finish my gummy worm.
Yeah. He's at the crafty table and they're trying to shoot.
He's walking past eating a sandwich like, you, unhand that sandwich.
Bro,
you're B-roll. Stop eating the food.
I just went home and told her, I'm like, Mom, you'll never guess what happened.
Lunchtime at Mr. Zub's.
I was in a commercial and I was like, they gave me all these lines. She's like, oh my gosh. She's telling her girls at work. And then
my boy's a star.
Everyone's waiting, and all of a sudden I got tagged in something.
You never brag until the finished product.
I didn't know. I was picked out of a crowd. I was like, oh, he must saw something in me. He needed me in this moment. And I got tagged in something on Facebook, and that's how I found out. Because someone was like, I was watching TV, and I'm pretty sure I saw Cody Brown in a commercial. I was like, it's out.
Hey, you know that commercial that you told everyone about? Yeah, I didn't see you in it. Really? He's going through it. There I am. I always think of that when I see a movie where it just has like day players in the background or something. Mm-hmm. Or when they're like, we were watching Home Alone again over the weekend.
We watched that over the weekend.
Yeah. Oh!
Anyway, what's your problem?
Oh my God, we did too.
What a coincidence.
We both watched the same 31-year-old movie. Anyway, we're watching it, and at the end where the old guy next door reconciles with his family,
yeah,
you see the backs of the heads of his son and daughter-in-law walking into the house. I'm like, imagine you're in a major motion picture, and we never see your face.
Yeah.
Right? You've probably got a SAG card. But you have no lines, so you're getting a day rate for this movie.
Yeah.
It's a studio movie, and you're in the credits, don't see your face, you don't say anything. That would just be weird.
But it's still, people still use that as a credit. There's people who
I know.
walking by in one episode of Glee, and they're like, I was on Glee.
Yes.
You've heard of
it's
it.
on my IMDb.
Right, yeah.
That's Poundcake. He's that
too.
Guy. I was walking by.
They're not lying. They are in the movie. He was in the commercial.
But that credit would give no prospective casting agent anything. They would know nothing. But they would know nothing about you if they saw the back of your head and you had no lines. You could go, yeah, I was in Glee, and they go, oh, where? Back there, that's me. That gives them nothing.
I still say
it's like a fun thing, I guess, to put on your IMDb.
You've been on set before, so you have experience being on a set.
There's people's kids who've been on set. That's, you know what I mean?
Right.
I still say that I was in a Jeffree Star YouTube video, even though it was the back of my head.
So
but I was in the video.
And who wouldn't want to be in that?
Big
he has
time.
Millions of followers.
So, did any of them come over to follow you?
No, because they
well,
didn't
then
see the front
what
of my
does
face.
it matter? So the finished product of the University of Akron commercial, did you have a line, or they just use like a, what did they use of you? Is this a commercial we could find somewhere?
If you know the name of it, I don't know the name of it. But
you were in it. I don't know anything about it.
What year was it?
When were you in college?
I was in Hollister. I worked at Hollister like 2014, 2015. So it had to be around there. It wasn't the Super Bowl commercial. It was something before. But
so what did they end up using of you?
Just me looking up and smiling. I had the same lines as everybody else.
I think this guy's going to be better just looking. He's a pretty face. He's not a talker. Okay. So they got you looking. What were you looking at? At what were you looking?
The camera.
Oh, was it one of those things where you like bring your head up and smile?
Yeah,
oh yeah,
it's
okay.
literally that.
They're like, oh, didn't see you there. Oh, hi. Yeah. Like an 80s sitcom intro. You look over your shoulder and laugh.
Literally, that's literally it.
Okay. But I bet your mom has a copy. I bet you got it on DVD or something.
No, we don't have it on DVD.
Really? Why not?
She didn't tape it off the television?
No, when we watched it, because it was appearing, it was like on social media and stuff too. Like when you like look up at a YouTube video, like I don't know, whatever I forget what it's called, when it can track, your local area, and it plays videos based on your location, and people would pull up YouTube videos, and then the commercial would play, and they're like, hey, and then they would screenshot it to me. So I saved a screenshot, but I don't have the commercial. It's like your algorithm or something.
Alan, that means a Poundcake has been ruining audiovisual production since 2007. Well, that's unfair. It didn't ruin anything.
It was 2014.
They asked him to be in it.
Oh, you found it?
I'm looking at stuff on YouTube. I just typed in University of Akron commercial 2014.
Alan, I just watched the Seinfeld episode where George was watching Home Alone and crying. Coincidences abound.
Hey.
There you go.
Look at all of us.
Yeah, I hadn't planned on watching Home Alone again, but we were trying to figure out something we could all stare at and enjoy relatively.
And you didn't go with the new Home Alone? You went with the original?
Well, I didn't realize that there was a new Home Alone with...
Pete Holmes is in it.
There's a brand new Home Alone movie.
And a little British kid.
But I didn't want to take a chance on that because I'm like, if this sucks, then we wasted some time.
Well,
it's Home Sweet Home Alone is what it's called. And it's got the kid who played Buzz all grown up.
As like a dad?
Yeah, he's like a bearded ginger. Mary would totally be into this guy. You should watch the new Home Sweet Home Alone.
I think he plays like a security guard or something. Or a cop or something.
Because it's Ellie Kemper and Rob Delaney and, so the adults I like in it. But I'm like, I don't want... Yeah, this thing just came out 2 weeks ago.
I haven't heard anybody talk about it yet, though. I haven't heard anybody say it's very good or not good. It's just something that's out.
Yeah,
it's apparently my boyfriend's daughter's favorite movie at the moment.
Is Home Alone?
We watched Home Alone 1 all the way through. We both fell asleep, and then we started it back at the shenanigans part where they get into the house and all the the fun part of the movie. The last 20 minutes where everything builds up to them stepping on Christmas ornaments. I think
the fun part of the movie is when everybody's safe.
Is it?
No, it's...
And then we had to watch...
There's a great video on YouTube that my son turned me on to, and I don't know how old it is because I usually come late to those things, but it's called We Made Home Alone R-Rated. Have you seen that? It's a VFX company that takes Home Alone and makes it super gory.
Oh, gross.
It's so funny. Like when Daniel Stern is poking his head through the doggy door, and Macaulay Culkin's got that BB gun. It's like a regular gun. So he blows his face off. You got to find it. It's so funny. I mean, it's clearly everything's CGI'd in there, but boy, they put some painstaking effort into making Home Alone R-rated. It's dynamite. If you listen to our show on iHeartRadio, tell me where you do that, by the way. I got a letter here from Anne-Marie, who is from, I put her on the map because she wanted a pin. She is from... Where? I have it written down. Oh, Lovettsville, Virginia. She's from Lovettsville, Virginia. That's her hometown. Very northern tip of the Commonwealth there.
John Lovettsville.
Yeah. Right across the Potomac from Maryland. She's at the very tippy top of Virginia. She goes, hey, I started a through hike of the Appalachian Trail on May 1st of this year. And on May 2nd, I met Mikey Noodle Arms from Willoughby, Ohio, and we've been hiking ever since. Now, she says that like I'm supposed to know who that is. Maybe that's just what he calls himself. But we are currently in Luray, Virginia, and have fewer than 100 miles to finish our 2,100-mile hike. These people that hike the Appalachian Trail, I mean, God bless. Way. Mikey Noodle Arms is a longtime fan of the show, and he introduced me to you early in the hike. We have listened to your show daily over the past 7 months. You've been with us up and down the Appalachian East Coast, from mountain peaks to valleys and all the little towns in between. So am I to infer that they're like a thing now? Or
no, they could just be hiking together.
Would you hike with a girl for 7 months?
I think they're a thing.
They might be.
Also, they've got to be.
This is a situation where Poundcake is like, I've hiked the Appalachian Trail. Because he was being listened to while they were on it.
Technically, we've all been on the Appalachian Trail, yes.
Well, technically, I've been on every continent then.
Our voices, at least.
Every continent on the globe. That's cool.
I told him you can pin the entire Appalachian Trail since we listened all the way, but my hometown is Lovettsville, Virginia, to make it easy on you. Thanks for keeping us entertained. Mikey and Anne-Marie.
Mikey Noodle Arms.
Mikey Noodle Arms.
Putting those noodle arms to work.
Yeah. P.S. We've been in multiple convenience stores that sell hot nuts along the way, and to Mikey's dismay, I sing the song every time, Ha ha.
Yeah, they sound like an item.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Good for them.
She must be hot, too. You're not putting up some chick singing hot nuts every time that you... From Tony. He was in his group chat on Thanksgiving Eve. Huge bar night. Everybody comes back home from college. Mm-hmm. And he said, I convinced my buddy to play Hot Nuts while he was out last night. And this is what he sent our group text back. And his friend who was at whatever bar was playing Hot Nuts. And then his next two messages were, F you, Tony. Everyone hates me right now.
Hey, you finally got a reaction out of it.
Isn't that really what you want? Yeah.
Nice.
You're in a packed bar full of people, back from school, nuts to butts, and you get playing Hot Nuts. Hot Nuts to butts. Congratulations.
Hey, this is Brian. Please, no eggs.
He's lacto-ovo.
No eggs.
Hot nuts. Anybody here wanna buy my nuts? Hot nuts. I've got nuts for sale. 1 for 5, 2 for 10. If you buy them once, you buy them again. Said nuts. Hot nuts. Buy from the peanut man. Selling nuts. Hot nuts. Anybody here wanna buy my nuts?
It's almost like he's not even playing along with the song. I don't know what he's giving us there.
It's called jazz.
Dare.
Free form. He's got some John Zorn action going on or something. Just needs some discordant horns. Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. It doesn't even sound like he's playing along with me talking.
How dare he?
Well, seriously, what does this guy expect me to do?
Sounds like he's playing to not hear you talk.
Yeah. Alan, speaking on being in production and no one seeing your face, that is literally how, for the most part, you live. Yes, correct. I'm not in this business to be on camera. I've done plenty of TV in the past. But Poundcake, walking across campus. Strutting across campus. Now, did you strut because you saw the camera crew?
No, I just strut.
Or did you notice the camera crew before they called to you? Did you do the thing where you kept looking in that direction going, they'll call me over?
I mean,
And you go,
I'm
"What?"
very busy.
Huh?
Nah, I was leaving the radio station, and there's like a big crosswalk. I think I was going into the student union because I was getting ready to go to my other job, as I always do. And in the middle, they had like a little a makeshift TV station set up. So I'm like, whatever. I'm just going to mind my business. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they filming. And the guy was like, hey, you. And I thought, at first, they were mad at me because I thought I was walking through like their
Were
shop.
you the only person walking around?
No, there was a few.
So they had a handful of people from which to choose, and they choose you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then cut all his lines.
That's not the point.
God, I wish we had that script. Have him read it now.
No, yeah, I don't even remember the script.
You don't remember any of it.
Oh, no.
But it was like at the University of Akron, I've found that...
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Literally that.
Industrial copy is what we call it.
And I'm like, remember everything you were taught in broadcasting school? Look directly at the camera. Smile, be personable. And then...
I see, it's like something easy where it's like, at U of A, life's a zip. And he's like, at Zip and Life, no,
literally,
it's not that.
literally. And then I'm like, don't tell them you go to broadcasting school, because if you do bad, then they're going to be like, wow, I don't want to put this guy in a commercial. But yeah, they cut all my lines.
It took your breath away?
Once a day, I forget how to drink water. We all know this.
Dude, grow up. We see you.
I know, right? I'm so sorry. Good gravy. Here I am trying to keep myself hydrated, and look what happens.
Never drink water. That's what we learned.
I know. NDW. Oh, pardon me.
That is gross.
Yeah, I know. Alan, I Googled my name a few years ago and found an actor with the same name on IMDb. YouTubed the trailer for the one movie he was in, and I completely forgot I volunteered as an extra with no lines in college, also in Akron. Yeah, once you get into those extra files, boy, it is real hard. You'll be in some movies, but it's real hard to get out of the extra files.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah. Okay, so we got to find that. We got to find the commercial. I know there's no lines, but we've got to just get like a screen grab of your face, something.
I had a screen grab, but it's on like because this is like my college laptop. It's at home.
Because there's no way somebody like you would let that slip through your fingers. There's no way you don't have that.
At the time, like I had it, but I don't have the commercial. I didn't like film it.
Yeah.
I had like the screen grabs of just me. You know how many times I had to slow it down and go frame by frame so I get the perfect shot of me looking at the camera.
Perfect shot.
Because
hey guys, look at me in this commercial.
It was 0.5 seconds, but it was enough for people to know that it was me.
Mm-hmm.
So
I got
get on your stuff, customers. Find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find it. This guy.
Alan Bryan on guitar sounds like a man that ain't gonna let nobody tell him how to live. That is true. That is Bryan on the guitar. God ain't gonna tell me how to live. That's right. That's the one way you could define Bryan. Ain't nobody gonna tell him how to live.
I like the news that the lead singer of Monster Truck is like, hey, you guys are being mean to me for being in this song.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm really ambivalent about that Monster Truck thing because on the one hand, you know exactly who Kid Rock is. Mm-hmm. And so you do a collaboration with him where, again, Kid Rock is basically, I don't know what he does anymore other than takes other people's music, writes dopey rap lyrics to it, and then puts it out. So that's essentially what we do with Monster Truck. Hey, let me use your chorus and I'll write a bunch of crap around it. But the Monster Truck guy was like, yeah, I mean, we saw the lyrics and we thought, well, this is kind of angry, and we're not an angry band. We're out to have fun, but we thought, okay, well, we'll do a song with Kid Rock. So I don't know if the guy's kind of hedging his bets or what he's trying to do, but the headline was that he was offended that people were mad at him. But if you read the full article with the singer, he's like, yeah, we didn't know it was really going to be all that, But listen, dude, maybe Kid Rock wanted him to do the music, and he goes, don't worry about the lyrics. Sit this one out. I got amazing lyrics. I'm Kid Rock, known for amazing lyrics. You guys are Canadian. I'm the American badass, all right? You guys are Canadian. I got a break. If you want to get a text, 35192. Chris DiStefano is doing a show at the Agora next March. If you're a fan of his comedy, I'll have a couple of tickets for you here after the break. 35192 to text, and we'll be back.
It's the Alan Cox Show.